Let's get personal. Everybody got to spill out what they feel. Say what they feel. Say it. Stop holding it in. Spill it out. Yo, what's up, everybody? How's it going? It's your boy Reflex. Yo, so how's everybody been? I know it's been a while since I've made a new reaction to any Attack on Titan chapters, or since I've uploaded any sort of content onto my channel. As you guys can see, I've moved and I gave myself a buzz cut, shaved my whole head. Want to see how I look like bald for the first time ever. During this whole quarantine, I've been going crazy. I just had to shave it off. Nah, I'm just kidding. It got really hot where I live, so I was like, screw it, can't take it anymore. Time for a new look. But my hair grows pretty fast. So, anyways, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. We're gonna be reacting to Attack on Titan chapter 127, I believe it is. Hope you guys enjoy. It's good to be back. Good to have you guys back. And I'll be uploading this chapter today, and then the next one within the next few days, if not tomorrow. So we'll see. All right, enjoy, guys. Attack on Titan chapter 127, the night of the end. Naturally, I'll ask for a house in the central district. I'll be gulping down the finest wine whether it be morning or noon. I won't take complaints from anyone. I'll let my wife, our children, and our grandchildren enjoy a life of happiness we should have. We should have that right, shouldn't we? That's because we fought with our lives on the line. That this island has a future. That's why we should brush it aside. Jean, it's me. I didn't hear anything. We're waiting outside. I didn't hear that. Don't go. Don't think. If you just stay here, that prime central real estate is yours. If I just stay. Ooh, they're bribing the man. Glad you could join us, Gene. Got Mikasa. Mikasa was just filing. Mikasa was just filling me in on the situation. I can't even read. It's been so long since I've read. What's wrong with me? I'm so sorry I couldn't have been here on the ground. You've done a great job in this grueling situation. As for Levi, he's not fine, but he's alive. He won't be able to fight for a while, though. Also, we've joined forces with the remaining Marley forces, including the Cart Titan. Huh? This is to stop Eren. We couldn't be slaughtering one another. How are you going to stop him? First, we gather everyone. They'll be the ones determining what we can do. But we're powerless without help from you or the Nine Titans. The military structures we've known have been wiped out. I'm not your superior any longer. I asked this knowing that. But I'll do it. I don't want Eren facing any more indiscriminate attacks. If they're meant to protect me or this island, I want to stop Eren. Mikasa, even if we really were able to stop Eren, what then? Or then what? Tomatoes, tomatoes. Even if Eren is able to maintain the power of the founder, he only has 4 years left to live. What will happen to this island after that? The world's hatred for us won't disappear overnight. We'll have to keep facing it for decades. To stop Eren would be to destroy this island. I think that, from Marley's point of view, the rumbling got activated as soon as they launched their surprise attack on the island. And at least from now on, they might keep their hands off the island for a while, I believe. If the world doesn't destroy the island, they have no way to know they'll be the ones getting annihilated. Willie Tibber's speech ought to have stirred up the world even more. That's certainly plausible, but in any case, there's some time before that hypothesis happens. Even if the island is going to be destroyed, we should be able to push it back for several years. But time passed while we tried looking for a way to do that, and we couldn't find a single solution. That's why Eren is going to destroy the world. What? You can't just massacre everyone. Like hell. There's a good reason to ever do that. I mean, true. I mean, just massacring everybody isn't necessarily the answer. It's not going to solve all the problems. Even after a massacre comes, I'm pretty sure future rebellions would come to rise up. Or like just future inner conflict in the whole world itself. Like, there's always going to be issues, and just big massacres aren't the solutions to everything. Sorry, I made too much noise. As you said, Gene, Aaron ended up there because of my own weak-minded and idealistic thoughts. Besides, I'm yelling about it. When I myself tried to run away, I tried to leave it all behind, to forget about it all and continue with my life. However, I am still the 14th commander of the Survey Corps. Damn. It's crazy how many of them like died. just thinking about it. I dedicated my heart to humanity's freedom. I can feel that my comrades are watching. Most of them died without ever knowing that humanity existed outside the walls, but still, imagine that, like, especially for like Erwin, that's what he dedicated the whole cause of him being in the Survey Corps, like all his time and all his thoughts were centered around like what's out there, and he never got to know. That's probably the most heartbreaking thing of it all. Just bringing freedom to this island is enough for me. Damn, I'm so sad. All the lost lives. Do you think a single one of them would be so narrow-minded as to say that? Damn, remember when he got slaughtered by the beast? Oof. We only have one chance to stop the slaughter, and it's now. Hanji. I'm still a member of the Survey Corps. Damn. Dude, that card titan is so creepy looking. I can't get over it. That's such a creepy face. Damn it, Peak. Instead of staring each other down, could some of you help me? Do you think we would all be here taking a meal together after all the time we spent trying to kill each other? It's interesting. What changed your mind? You'll get the world you want if you just let Eren Yeager go. That heaven for you island devils. Damn, this guy's still holding a grudge. I guess. We were so close to keeping Eren and Zeke from coming into contact. If only you hadn't helped them out. Like I explained, General, none of us want genocide. We wouldn't have scurried off to a forest to lay low and make stew if we did. So you're saying you finally see whose side justice is on? Justice? Were you just talking about justice? You? So we were the bad guys for fighting against those titans you people kept sending over to us? Listen up. The reason we fought as hard as we did is because we didn't want to be eaten alive by titans. And you're over there trying to say that that's something only devils would do? Yeah, you do look like devils to me. All our concerns about paradise have come true, and now you're working on destroying the world. This guy's so close-minded. He's freaking annoying. He deserves to die. I don't care. I want him gone. This is the result of all your hard-fought battles, is it not? Bro, this was survival. Like, come on now. He should, bro. Like, he has the freaking audacity to say that, and like, bro, they could just kill him right there on the spot if they wanted to. Kill Pick 2 while they're at it. No handle. Mikasa right there. Listen here, if his mom wasn't eaten alive after the walls got torn down, Eren would never have done this in the first place. It's like a domino effect. You're the ones who backed him into using the rumbling, aren't you? Oh, so now you want to talk about history? You at least understand that Eldia was the first to devastate Marley and make its people suffer, right? How long are we going to play the victim over something that happened 2 millennia ago? Uh, it's like I'm talking to a child. Do you think that nonsense holds water in the face of 2,000 years of real history? Excuse me? Oof, yeah, excuse me. Hey, stop it. No one wants to hear you bicker about things none of us too. Hey, stop it. None of us wants to hear you bicker about things none of us saw 2,000 years ago. Jean, the general here is baffled by our existence. The existence of us strange devils who are so desperate to save the very people who tried to wipe this island clean that we're willing to throw heaven away. We lived in the outside world for a few months. We can't go back to being ignorant island devils. And so, you can kill him now? What? Are you able to kill Eren? Killing Eren isn't the only way to stop him. I thought you'd say that, but what would that be? Are you gonna talk to him or something? Would someone who changed their mind because of that commit genocide? We don't know that unless we try talking to Eren. Okay then. So you're saying, okay then, say you're able to speak with him. What are you gonna do if he still doesn't decide to stop this genocide? Don't you think we should have some last resort in mind? I thought so. If we try to protect our homeland of Marley by killing Eren, you're gonna end up fighting us in order to protect him, aren't you? That's how it is, right, Mikasa? Because I doubt you've ever considered something to be more important than Eren. Oh, she's throwing the low-key shade. So you're saying I should die? Damn. Oof. There's some inner conflict already. She's like, girl, don't you move. Bro, we all know Mikasa will handle her. She's practiced for so many years, like killing titans, and she's been trapped in a freaking crystal for years now. I doubt she still has her, that momentum she used to have. What? Leonhardt, I understand exactly how you feel. I only have one reason I want to stop Eren. I don't want my father and Marley to die. That's why I need your help. If you can convince Eren to stop, then fine. At the very least, we shouldn't fight until it comes down to that. Okay. All right, stew's ready. Eat up. Peak looks so funny. Okay, she looks kind of adorable here, not gonna lie. She's chilling. It's just mind-boggling to me how far this manga has came, like what the heck? Like I remember when I started this manga, like I did not expect like humans would be titans. And it's just mind-boggling, this journey itself. Anyways, it'll be 5 hours at full speed to the harbor, even with rested horses. We'll be relying on the Azumabito. According to Miss Kiyomo, there's a flying boat meant to observe the rumbling ready at the port. We can approach the founding titan using it. I knew it, so the Azumabito were helping you behind the scenes. The problem is figuring out where the founder is. We'll run out of fuel in no time if we just fly around aimlessly. That's right. We need to figure out where the founder has gone. It can be anything, but we need a lead. That's why I captured her. Where is Jaeger heading to first? Why would I know? And even if I did, why should I tell you? You're the one who offered Jaeger your knowledge of the mainland when he had none. He has a path in mind for this rumbling of his. You should be able to make a guess. Bastard. Huh? I'm asking why I ought to help Marty and bastards like you. Because we decided if you'll ever die, I'd say. It's pointless. She wants to die. But aren't you fighting Marley for the sake of your own homeland? Are you fine with doing nothing and letting it be trampled? Yelena, she must not, because she's a Marleyan bastard just like the rest of us. What? Oh, here comes Peak speaking with her demon voice. Since you thoroughly got me in Liberia, Yelena, I researched everything about your past and was shocked. You twisted your genetic everyday Marleyan origins into being from a small country annexed by Marley. Ever since you met Zeke, disappointed with Marley, you came up with a certain story. That is a miraculous story of saving the world with the prince, covering up the truth about yourself. You tried to carve yourself into history. I deeply admire your greed. Heh. It almost sounds like you claim to be any different. What exactly do you think separates any of you from me? Saving the world? Are there any words sweeter and more alluring? You give yourselves to the sublime excitement that is the idea of saving hundreds of millions of lives. You gulp it down as if to wash away all the hatred until now, as if it never existed. That's how all of you look at me right now. Let's take a little trip down memory lane, shall we? Reiner Brown. By opening a hole in the wall, how many Eldians do you suppose were devoured by pure titans? Slipping into the walls, sharing joys and sorrows with your comrades here. Betrayal, killing each other, and now you pretend to be a comrade again? Annie Leonhardt. It seems you killed an awful amount of scouts too. Eventually you trampled the residents of Stois in great numbers. Can't forget when she slaughtered the freaking Levi squad. Never forget that. Ah, of course, you Paradasians were all extremely heroic against Marley too. You normally a sensible person so loudly destroyed the military port arming, using the power stole from Bertolt Hoover, including civilians. Just how tall of a mountain of corpses did you raise alongside your military gains? Oof. Damn, she's getting personal, but I mean, she's speaking truth. And I know nothing of your valor in Liberio. You magnificently annihilated the soldiers of Marley who greatly outnumbered you and dyed Liberio the color of blood, especially Jean. In order to defeat the cart, you aimed at Falco and dauntlessly fired your thunder spear. Because the spear barely missed, Falco was still here. Then Sasha was shot by the little girl who was there, Gabby. Because Sasha was such a good girl, I was sad too. But it surely can't compare to the sadness and hatred of those spent time with her like family from when they were trainees. Damn. Damn, they just spilling. Okay, let's get personal. Everybody got to spill out what they feel. Say what they feel. Say it. Stop holding it in. Spill it out. Whew. It tastes great, Hanji. Are there seconds? Yeah, there's plenty more. The tea? Sipping the tea? Thanks, Yelena. The idea is to air all our grudges out in the open so that we can get our minds straight, right? That's what I'm saying. You were so committed to your fantastical dreams that you blew the brains out of all those precious comrades of yours. But in the end, you had nothing to show for it but a death wish. Yet you're still, yet you're still so considerate. Oh, I forgot. What was it again? The name of that good friend of yours that you once told me about? That's it. Marco. Damn. She crossing the line now. Bro. They're like, awkward. Yes. You said Annie was involved in his death, didn't you? Have you asked her about it yet? About the truth behind his death? Damn. His eyes. You can, it's so crazy just like from this art how you can just feel the emotion, you know? I took Marco's vertical maneuvering equipment. That's what Titan ate him. And he was the only one following and he was only following my orders. Marco overheard a conversation Bertolt and I were having about something he couldn't know. We were afraid of being found out, and we thought the best way to shut him up would be to have a Titan kill him. And you know what's the craziest part of all this? It's that that event itself, like, there's been certain times within the anime or slash manga where Reiner just remembers that moment where Marco was like suffering and being eaten alive, and he just kept having this like PTSD moments where it's like he just kept thinking of that moment, you know, where he killed his friend. Because at the end of the day, Reiner, this is why he's my favorite character. At the end of the day, like Reiner, he did grow this friendship with all these people within the walls, you know, like it wasn't fake. But at the end of the day, he had to choose a side, and I mean, he decided he's a warrior, you know. And it's good to see that he's finally letting it out what he's felt, you know, because I mean, it's been haunting him this whole time. Like all these actions have had him on the verge of just literally shooting himself with a freaking gun. And now he's finally letting it out. You know, this is like a freaking AA type of meeting. You know, everybody should let out what they gotta say and how they feel. I slammed Marco into a roof while in the air. I held him down to keep him from moving, while I made Annie take off his vertical maneuvering equipment. Marco was stuck there until a titan came from behind and ate him. Damn, that's so brutal. Psst. Marco, is there anything he said to you at the very end? Pretty sure he remembers. Reiner definitely remembers. He said, "We still haven't talked." Yes, that's right. We haven't talked properly. That's why. Isn't that why we ended up killing each other and such until either one was dead? If we had talked properly from the beginning, all of the killing up until now, it's still not too late. We've all fought tooth and nail to be here, but at the very least, we're talking now, not fighting. Like, bruh, like this is what they needed. This is what they needed. Like, there's just two different groups from like two different worlds, you know, and it's just all this confusion and all this history and all this manipulation. Like, that's the cause between all the, that's the cause of all this chaos that's going on, you know? Who could have imagined it? Damn, that we'd all be eating around a fire like this. That's what Marco said, you know? Like, we haven't even talked. Poor guy, dude. I feel so bad for him. While I was watching Marco being eaten by the Titan, I asked myself, why is he being eaten? Huh? I then, and then I let myself be overcome by rage and I killed that Titan while saying, you did this to Marco. See, this is kind of where, like, his split personality kind of, like, shows, you know? Because he kind of lied to himself so much. Like, he was just lying to himself so much in his own mind that he completely forgot of what, like, the reality, you know? He lost sense of reality. Enough already. You went crazy because of your sense of guilt, didn't you? Do not forgive me. I really have no idea what to do. Enough already. I'm sorry. Uh-oh. Oof. Jean finally did it. Ah. Bruh. Jean. Gabby. Are you okay? I'm sorry. Our wish was to slaughter all of you in paradise, for the world to accept us and forgive us. That's why it was always our hope for this island, for the devils to go away. And then my dad and my mom, all the people from Liberia ended up disappearing. I'm sorry. Dude, I have chills. I realize how incredibly impudent this is of me, but we need your help. Please, please lend us your strength. Please stop the rumbling with us. Please, please. You see, like the new generation, like I think they've had enough too. They're just kids, man, at the end of the day. Reiner, Annie, and Bertolt were just kids too. It's so insane and saddening. Let go of me. Where are you going, Jean? Jean, you don't want a second serving? Freaking Hanji. It's no use. He went away. Gabby. Freaking Levi just wakes up. Will they just shut up? Oh, poor Jean. Wake up. It's time to leave. You will help us? Yes, of course. Ugh. Well, until when are you gonna sleep, Reiner? All of your wounds should have healed already. Gabby, I'm sorry for kicking you. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Oh. Reiner, you're not gonna get an apology. Yeah, fine with me. I can't forgive you, I know. And me? This girl. Can we really rely on the Azumabito? What other choice do we have? Hmm? The cart. Stop. Seems like something happened. Oh, she's coming out of her. The harbor. It was occupied by the Jaeger faction. They probably got there before us using the locomotives. There are a great number of soldiers with the 3D maneuver gear deployed to fight. Damn, they strapped. Seems like they sensed we are moving in order to try and stop the rumbling, and decided to confront us. The time left to humanity shortens. Only the obstacles increase. Okay, so this was a pretty good chapter. I mean, there was a lot of dialogue and a lot of closure that every character needed. Yelena kind of brought up all the. I mean, she brought it up in a petty way, but she kind of brought up everybody's differences. And I feel like this moment kind of brought everybody together as a group, as a whole unit. I believe this was just something that they needed in order to move on with the plan, and pretty much say that they each have their own background and story, and their own this chapter in their life that they're trying to get past. I really liked the way this chapter went. There was a lot that had to be said. Like we finally had Reiner share his true story of and how he felt towards what happened to Marco, and that he does have regret towards it, and that he's very sorry about it. And of course, it's something that isn't forgivable, and clearly Jean shows that he doesn't want to forgive him. And I understand. I mean, he killed his best friend. At least Reiner and Jean have like some weight off their shoulders. Like Reiner told the truth, and Jean finally understands what happened to him, and there's closure. I think to me was that highlight in this chapter, and I think this was a beautiful moment. I mean, it's a first step forward for humanity. They might as well just talk it out for the meantime, and put their differences aside and their past aside, and come to an agreement, and get to know each other for who they are, not just this history and this hate that they have growing from all this history that doesn't even make sense anymore. That's so relevant. That happened years and years ago. So this was a really great chapter. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought about this chapter. Again, I apologize for the late reaction. I'll try to upload the next chapter as soon as possible. And thanks so much for everybody that's been sticking around with me for this ride. And stick around for the future content. And I'll catch you guys in my next video. Peace out. Take it easy.